Hello everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today I'm coming at you with my was it April? Yeah, it was my April new-ish haul. I'm coming back with the re-haul. I have all the products in front of me that I had hauled with you guys that day. So I wanted to come back and share with you guys my opinion or my take on how these products worked. And I just find these kind of videos really helpful. Not a first impression because all of these things I have used. I've used them all in the month of April and now in part of May. And I wanted to come back here and share with you guys my 2 cents on how they work. So point of reference, I am 49 years old. I'll be 50 in August. So I'm almost August, a couple of months away. Anyways, I live in Florida, and so I am subjected to Florida humidity almost year round. Now in the winter, it's a little bit more dry, and I love those months, but right now we are just, going in full force towards humidity season here in the summer in Florida. And so products, when I come to you, I want to share with you guys how they work on me, and so you guys might want to know, because if you live in Arizona, my experience may not be the one that you're gonna have, because that's a much drier climate than what I'm accustomed to. My skin is normal to dry. Now in the winter it's definitely dry, but right now because of the humidity that's in the air, I'm combo. So I wanted you guys to know that, because that information is really relevant when I'm gonna talk to you guys about these products. Let's go ahead and jump right into April's newish rehaul. Now guys, I pray that you'll have a little bit of patience with me. I ended up picking up a new camera. I wasn't satisfied with the way my video was taking. I just decided to go ahead and do an upgrade. So I just went ahead and did it. I'm not sure if these settings are what I'm going to keep the camera at, but it is what I could figure out for today. So I hope you guys are a little bit more patient with me talking. I want to talk about stuff I like. And the first thing I want to share with you guys was, you guys remember I had picked up the BH Opalescent palette. And guys, I really like this. This BH Cosmetic palette, I think this one was like $16, maybe it's $18. I ended up picking it up with points at Ulta, so it wasn't like it was much out of my pocket. But in either case, it has just really made me so very happy. Loved it. I've loved every eyeshadow in this palette. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I have used every single one, and not just used them one time. I've used them multiple times. I have absolutely loved these two right here. That would be Twilight and Magic. And I'll go ahead and get a swatch for you. This will be Twilight and this one will be Magic. Look at those two. They're gorgeous. And on the eye, they have kind of like that duochrome kind of shiftiness. And it's like, this one goes from like pink, almost, I don't know, to like a goldish color when you put it on. I'll swatch it here. And then this one goes from like a pink to a blue. And I'll show that one to you on my hands. And you'll see it right there. It's those kind of shades that just have that shiftiness on the eyes. And guys, that is so having a moment with me right now. Unicorn eyes, unicorn nails. I am loving that. And it just makes me so happy. I love this one right here, Opaline, I think it is. It's that beautiful pink right there. And then over here, Dreamer. This one's more of that peachy apricot kind of orange sherbety kind of shimmer. And I'll go ahead and give you a swatch of those. I have taken video of these shadows on my hand, and so let me go ahead and show you these four. They just apply very easily. They are smooth, they are blendable, they are pigmented enough. The shimmers, I tend to foil them with just my setting spray, but you could use them on their own. They're that good. They some days I don't want to deal with setting, and I'll simply just go in with a nice brush or with my finger, and it'll give me a beautiful wash of color on my eyes. It's just a beautiful formula. I think that I'm taking out the little flyer. I really have to say that I think that it's what I would consider more than anything. It's a neutral palette with peach and with pink and purple shadows in it. Now there's really no black in the shadow. The darkest one is this one over here, Mystic, in a matte, and then Opulent over here in a shimmer, and they both apply beautifully. You guys, I sound like a broken record because the last three shadows that I've used, the Viseart, the Sydney Grace, and all these, I've liked them all, and it's because they've all been really nice to work with. For the price, I think this is an excellent palette. I think that if I were to go on a trip, it's one of those palettes that I would take with me because I could do almost every look that I want to do. I'm a neutral girl, just gorgeous, just absolutely stunning. A beautiful palette, and I think very well done by BH. Just really love the color combinations in it. It's good. It's good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I don't know about you guys, but here I am suffering from the worst allergies this season. It has just been horrible. I have teary eyes, and I'm just trying so hard to get through this video, but my eyes just keep tearing. So if you see that I had to edit, it's basically because I'm editing out my wiping the tears in my eyes. So anyways, I had two blushes in that newish haul, and one of them was this Found blush, and the other one was, I'm trying to get it straight in my hand, and the other one was this one by Wet n Wild. It's a color Icon Baked blush, and this one came from the Flights of Fancy collection. I had purchased it, and I still wasn't able to wear makeup at that time, and so it was one of those things that was kind of sitting in my collection, even though it came out a year ago at this time. I didn't really purchase this. I think I got this in September or in October. Even though it came out in spring 2018, I didn't buy it till fall 2018. And so I hadn't had it really that long in my collection, but it was one of those things that I really, really wanted to try. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous formula. I'll go ahead and insert a swatch up there because I went ahead and took pictures so that you guys can see it. But look at that, guys. Isn't that pretty? I have it on my cheeks right now, and I have it kind of in this area and up because it has that beautiful, beautiful glow. You really don't need to wear a highlighter with it. It's just stunning, and I really did enjoy that blush. This one, and this one is in the color Don't Flutter Yourself. So it's just beautiful. They're still on the Wet n Wild website, so if you wanted to get your hands on it, you could, and I think they're like $2.50 at this point. And honestly, guys, these apply like they were a high-end blush. They're beautiful, and I do think that they're worth the money. The second one that I had was this one by Found, and I had seen Kristen Game talk about this brand Found, and she loves their bronzer, and it's in the color Peach Glow, and there you go, you guys can see it there, and I'll be sure to insert a swatch of it, but again, I'll give you one on my fingers. It's right there. It's a very, very light peachy color, and it has a bit of it has that marbling effect, kind of like the Laura Geller or the Hourglass products do. And that marbling effect, it has a beautiful, I'm going to say luminescent kind of a powder in it. It's almost like a champagne luminescence within it. I don't want to call it a shimmer because there's no shimmery particles to it, and there's no glitter or anything like that. It's just a beautiful soft focus, almost glow to it. I'm assuming very similar or reminiscent to the Hourglass blushes. Now, I don't own any of those, and so I just think they're beautiful. Now, I will say, if you're any darker than I am, I'm not really sure that these will show up. They are for at least this one is for a very fair or light skin. Well, I am light skinned, and I have a olive undertone, neutral to olive undertone. And so, you know, this does show up on me. But I do have to pack it on with kind of like a bit of a dense brush. Like I can't put this one on with a very soft, fluttery kind of brush. I actually use this brush. I got this brush many, many years ago from Jessup, I think was the brand. I don't know. I picked it up a long time ago, and of the whole set, it was like a whole set. Of the whole set, this was the only one that I kept. But this is what I actually use to apply this particular blush. Now, I don't have to use this brush to use this one. I just use a regular blush brush with this, and it works just fine. But it's lovely in either case, and it doesn't ever look like you've got blush caked up on your cheek, or at least I don't think so. It's just so pretty. And I also have that on kind of like in this area. So pretty. I like using it on its own, but I try to put as much of the products that I'm talking about on my face so that you guys could see how they look. I haven't yet figured out how to film myself applying makeup. My setup is one where I break everything down and set it right back up whenever I need to film, and so I'm not really sure how the heck I'm going to figure how the heck I'm going to make that work. But keep watching and maybe I'll figure it out. I'm not the most technology savvy person in the world, but I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Now that I was talking to you guys about brushes, there were the 3 brushes that I had picked up in that really neat little eyeshadow brush set from It Cosmetics. It had gone on major clearance at Ulta. I think I paid something like $7.80 or $7.20 for these three, and I was so excited because I am a big fan of their dual-ended brush. I don't have it with me right now, but I'll be sure to insert a picture. I love that brush. The problem with it is that it is a dual-ended brush, and it in my brush where I store them, you always end up with one on the bottom, and I always forget which one. And you know, it just gets lost because of the way I have to lay it down. But in either case, I don't need that brush anymore because I've got these. This one is the one side, and this is the other side of that particular brush. So this is more of a wider all over shadow brush. It's wonderful to set your primer with. It's wonderful to actually blow out your, oh, sorry about that, blow out your transition shade right here and to bring it down to your crease right there. And then you have this one, which is your crease shadow brush. And then you use that, or I do, directly right there in your crease. And I also use it because it's got that nice little round end. I'll use it to darken out the outer edge. It's beautiful for that. This one is the smudger, but because of the way it's built, you can actually pack color onto it and actually lay it all over your lid. You can use it as an actual smudger. I don't really do that because, like I've told you guys, I have terrible allergy eyes. And so anytime I put anything on down here, it doesn't stay on my face very long. So I really don't use a lot of eyeshadow on the bottom of my eyes right there. So in either case, these are all real, these are beautiful brushes, and if they ever do another set like this, I would highly recommend them. I think It Cosmetics does brushes really well. They're soft. They clean very well. I've cleaned them multiple times in the last month, and they do what they say they're going to do. This is an all over shadow brush. It works great. I can use it also if I turn it on my side like that. I can use it to darken up the crease. It's just gorgeous. If I just want to wash a color, I could just use this one. I want one shadow and done, I can use this one. If I want to kind of intensify or go into my inner corner, this one right here, the smudger, is wonderful for that. And if I just want to blow anything out or just make it all kind of come together, the crease brush is great. So yeah, I love these, highly recommend them. Think they work beautifully. My sponge, this is the Paw sponge from Shop Miss A, and now you guys saw it when it was brand new. Now it's just been a little bit more loved, and it's got a few stains. I washed it right before I came to do this video. It's really, really nice, guys. It's just so soft, and I mean, it does what it says it's going to do. It's got this nice sharp edge. It's got the pointy end. It's $1.55. Because I live in such a humid climate, a lot of times things have a really hard time drying, especially in my bathroom. And so you'll end up getting mold on them. And it's a real problem, especially if you're spending $20 on a sponge and every other month you've got to buy a new one. So this kind of fixes that problem for me. I'm able to use it, and when it's no longer usable because of that reason, I can discard it and not really feel like it's much of a loss. It's just a beautiful little sponge. I love it. It's so soft and easy to use. Just can't complain. Oh, this is something that my dear friend Julie gave me, and I remember sharing it with you guys, and I'm not really sure if I'll say the name right again because it's in French, and it's Confiture de Rose Gel Douche Shower Gel. Now, I think it was, I looked it up in the LUSH website, and I think it's called Candied Rose here in the States, and that's a very appropriate name for it because that's what it smells like. It has the most beautiful sweet fragrance, but there's that rose undertone to it. Now, I'm not a big rose fan, guys, but I am a fan of this thing. This is wonderful. It's actually the first product I've ever gotten from LUSH, but because of the smells in there, I can't really tolerate it very well. I have no other way to say it. It's just too much, and it's just overwhelming for me. So I never really go in there. And so getting a chance to try this, I really like it. Would I repurchase it? I think I might. She said that it only comes out in the holidays, and so I will definitely keep my eyes open. And if I can get my hands on this, I would love to repurchase this. Now, it's the cutest thing is on the back it says made by Manny or Mano, made by Mano. And it tells you from when it was made and when it's expired. So I actually really appreciate that. And I just think it's beautiful. It's soft. It's very conditioning. I never felt my skin dry or itchy after using this. I just felt it was beautiful. And I did use it in the winter when it is a little bit drier here in Florida. So yeah, really, really nice product.